Disclaimer. All right, we're gonna go here, okay? We're gonna go to the explosion again, and we're gonna pretend that first few seconds did not just happen. Yeah, sorry, sometimes it just freezes by accident. Alrighty. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. How does it not do it? Oh, I get why now. Okay, hold on, I think I got it. There we go. Okay, this time we got it. So I got to trim it after the discussion. I got it. Okay. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Week in Review, where we recap the previous week, dear God, and anything extra. Okay, see that part didn't happen. We're gonna move forward. All right, we're gonna move forward. Okay, we got an interesting week to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. We got an interesting week. Listen, I gotta manage this by myself now, so there is bound to be some teensy bit of hiccups on the way. So we'll go over the recap, which I have right here as I'm adjusting. But yeah, this week was a lot more experimental with the content. Like we talked about, like the Spriggan stuff for like the evolutions, my thoughts on kind of the development. We talked about like rubber attack and Beyblade burst. Is that an effective gimmick? We talked about the Achilles with like the sword stuff. So, you know. We talked about like the mid-activation drivers. Okay, I'm almost there. Friday, we did talk a little bit about the October stuff. And Saturday was the very controversial video, ladies and gentlemen. We did an anime tier list, so I already have the Burst fans at my throats for that video. But yeah, it's basically an anime tier list thing. Just talking about... Okay. Awesome, sick. Okay, well, hey, let's get on with it. Okay, store plug, because I have to do it. Mollabays.com. This should be already active on the store, but if you do the discount code HAPPYFALL15, it should be 15% discount on Beyblade Burst products in specific. So we're trying to get rid of any of the Burst stuff. So if you want to go to our store, you know, there's the Happy Fall 15. And plus, if you're a returning customer, I'm pretty sure there's like return 10 too. So if you want to go nuts and you want to go order some Burst stuff we have there, sets, whatever, I added all the Burst stuff. Mostly just because we're trying to make room for X, and I don't want it taking up any more room that it needs to. So check it out. Also, interesting enough in developments, because for other places in the world, for Beyblade X, eventually it's like November-ish, I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be starting, but there's the Malaysia Digital Content Festival. This is pretty cool. It's on the Facebook page of the King of Beyblade Malaysia, so if you're in that area, or are interested in like the cool WBBA stuff, check out that event. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool actually to see. Plus, look at the prizes. They have like Metal Bearing Drift, Perseus, and Solomon. Yeah, that is actually kind of interesting, because a lot of areas are transitioning from Burst to X, because not everywhere in the world it starts the same. So that's pretty cool. Okay, next up, it's the comment highlights we're going to be talking about. So, on each of these videos, I basically try to find, you know, interesting stuff to talk about, if there's any cool comments for it. So, for the mid-active battle activation, I was hounded because I forgot Tower. Quote-unquote forgot. The issue is that when I'm doing these videos, I have like a particular focus. Like I was kind of more thinking of like the transformation type of mid-activation bottoms. So final drive. So I feel like these are like, you can technically say even the engine gear stuff, as these comments mention. I was very focused on like a very narrow thing, but it's not easy when you do the discussion because you have to be very, very specific. But in fairness, I think engine gear does actually do that concept, I would say, fairly well. It does depend on which one you're talking about, I guess, for like the bottom. But yeah, in fairness to that. But like if I'm focusing on like burst and metal fight, it's kind of crap. Aside from that, for the next video, for the comment highlights for this week, we were talking about Achilles and how attachments no bueno. I think the execution was pretty poor how they tried to do it. And, we got some interesting ideas here. And again, I think the idea, too, is trying to really focus on the idea of the contact points and the design of it. Like, if they really are trying to make a gimmick unique for Achilles, because it's like a red balance type, and you want to make it different from Spriggan, like, it makes sense what they're doing. I always felt it was just slightly odd. And yeah, there are ways you can expand on this. I think it's interesting. I definitely do think that they should have tried to explore it, especially with Zest. I feel like Zest, they could have explored this a lot more. I'm personally just wish they never did do the attachments, but I don't know. They at least make it like a little bit more aggressive. But even in the case of like Union's not even good with the attachment. It's actually more or less better to do it without the attachment than it is with. So, it's kind of ironic in a way, I guess. I don't know if I'm using that correctly. Next. Alright, we're talking about Spriggan. Yeah, I was basically making fun of the fact that the Spriggans have a little problem where, since Requiem, and obviously narratively I understand why, I guess, but it basically plagued all the future stuff. So there are people who are like, hey, you want to know what? I like the idea of equalization. It's kind of a cool thing. And I'm like, okay, well, that is fair enough. There are some other, unique ideas, like trying to maybe do smash attack, try to have that kind of hard recoil stuff. I still think that Legend Spriggan is my favorite design. The only issue is because how a burst is designed for bursting, or even just like how Teeth was in the earlier stuff, it's very hard for the design to work. But, Astral basically had the Legend design. The flip thing is always tricky. The flip thing is maybe even like a separate discussion in itself. I think it's a unique way for how they did the dual spin, I guess. But, moving on from there, Rubber Attack. Rubber Attack, ladies and gentlemen, is a myth. It is a myth. You can argue maybe there could be some benefits, I guess, but I think my overall point is just like, there's almost really no difference with it to where it's like super, super beneficial, because if you, for an example, I talk about this, like super metal versus super rubber, the metal is going to just hit harder than the rubber. Of course, there were some fair counterpoints to this. Well, what about also the contact points in the shape for some of the rubber stuff? And it's like, well, either way, that goes down to the original point that the shape matters the most. And I still think rubber should not be for attack. It should be for, like, defensive, like your Fafnirs, your shock absorptions. And that makes sense. For attack, I don't really think it's too applicable there. It's an interesting idea, but, there are some things where I feel like, yeah, I might even eventually talk about this one way or another. But there are always going to be some things where it's just meant for the anime. Maybe not literally, and obviously all the stuff is technically designed to be competitive, whatever, but there are some things where I feel maybe it was just done for the animation. Like, like Quest, for an example, but, you can have interesting gimmick ideas, but it just all depends on the execution. But it depends how you look at it, I guess. But, yeah, this is part of a playlist. You can probably find it on the main channel because I moved it up. It's going to be just called Rambles because I think it's an interesting form of discussion where it's short form, gets across the point. I don't think we gotta unless it warrants it, I don't think we need to drag this out. Listen, I'm not trying to hit the 8-minute mark in these things, but yeah, I'll read the chat in the moment. But I also want to talk about the October stuff. So again, shout outs to Peter Pig for the information on this. Yeah, because he did the review ahead of time, and then after, that's how we got it. But this is supposed to be for the October. The thing is, actually, what I can say, I'm supposed to get information one of these days on whatever's coming up. So hopefully I'll be able to talk about that in a video. But yeah, this is a little mystery one. I did check. This was the one that appeared in the Korokoro. I'm going to go with my guess being that it is supposed to be a starter. Their fancy little captions was double motion. Some speculated it should be dual spin, but that doesn't really make any sense because they can't do dual spin right now. They have to introduce left spin for Beyblade X, then dual spin. I think the double motion thing is just probably like a flat spike where it's kind of like Fusion, where they advertise Fusion as, oh, this has stamina, but also it's aggressive. And it could just mean that. Listen, a lot of these captions are pretty vague. Night Lance was very specific. I think it was like counterattack or something along those lines. So, yeah, the captions are kind of like... Sometimes they give us stuff, sometimes it's kind of nothing at all. But in terms of any interesting stuff, right now we are at the 3rd. So that means the 10th... No, the 10th we're still not going to get anything. The following week, right, so after this week, after the weekend, right, after the following week, after the 10th, right, I'll be more specific. The 14th of September is supposed to be all the info stuff. I don't know how they're going to do it. Probably the 13th, they'll probably give a little bit more. But I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure on that. But yeah, that's pretty much your dump for the future stuff. We got a little bit of waiting time until Shark. My guess is that the Korokoro Lottery is a special color, but the base commonly available, like the Holy Fafnir recolor. I know that for Fafnir... Well, actually, Fafnir had a... Drain Fafnir had a few, but I know there's stuff like God Valkyrie, you know, Sieg. Yeah, that could probably be a thing. I think probably that makes more sense, that it's like a lottery recolor. I know Fafnir had Crimson White version and the Crystal Blue, and I know there was the purple one. I forget the name of it, but yeah. Yeah, probably Lotto does make sense. Also... important, this month should be when we finally see Cobalt Drake. I need to get it in hand, and I will be probably wasting... Well, actually, I'll probably wait till the market dies down a little bit. Or I'm probably going to even do a video trying to attempt to get it, but hopefully I can. Otherwise, I'll just get it one way or another. But Drake, plus they're also going to be announcing the results. Now, I don't know if the results will be announced on the Korokoro or not. If they're saying, like, early mid-September, I think it should make sense. It should be on the Korokoro, but... pretty much, we're waiting until the middle to the end of this month for, like, super, super crazy stuff. Because right now, we're kind of transitioning off of the summer and everything. So there's not really too much. Okay, and now is for the channel updates. So I'm very lucky that Monday... There we go. I'm very lucky that Monday is going to be a day where I get to just relax before I have to start with my schedule of studies and stuff. I don't know how intense it's going to actually be. So I will probably still be doing daily. I want to try to do the shorts and that stuff. Obviously, got to keep in mind, since, you know, I'm by myself now for doing a lot of the production work and all that stuff. I don't have the same time like I used to really try to experiment, but I will be doing my best. Since I've finished the Sagittario thing and I finished the anime tier list, the next one is the Quad Strike one, the Quad Strike tier list, which I am collabing with Kyo, mostly just for like advice and that stuff. So you'll probably see it this month. And then after, like, Quad Strike, there's only one product left, and we're pretty much done. Because, like, everyone's pretty much tired of Burst. I'm tired of Burst, and I just want to see, like, the last thing, that crap, to get out of the way so we can move on to X stuff. And is there anything else in particular? Yeah, 3D print stuff, I'm still working on it, so... yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Actually, I can... hold on, let me just double check if I can... well, I want to see how I want to actually do this, okay? Now listen, I don't know if I want to show it. I have been working, right? You know, commissioned very good work on a future project that's going to be pretty awesome, where most of the elements are pretty much already found one way or another. Now, I'll give you a little teaser, okay? I'm going to be holding it in my hand. Right now, I have to get the parts out of the thing right now, but this was planned for a while. Now, listen, I don't know how I want to do this. What do I want to show? Do I want to show this? I feel like this might give it away. Why not? All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have it in my hand. What am I holding? Can we get a little closer? No. It's too much? Whoa. There we go. All right, now. What do I have here? What is this? So it's a Willy Wonka ticket? What am I holding? All right? You're going to have to guess what this is. Maybe I'm holding nothing. Maybe I'm holding nothing in my hand right now. Or maybe I'm holding something, huh? You don't know. Yeah, but the ETA on that, what's the plan? I have to see. The plan for that, I'm hoping should be right around mid-September. Because it takes time for certain things to come into place, so I can't exactly give the details, but just know that working on it. So listen, you'll find out eventually. Maybe it was something, maybe it was nothing. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. So pretty much. Let's see if I can go all the way back. Okay, no, I have to select it. Okay, well, hold on. There you go. Yeah, I have to pretty much select it. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for right now. I got to manage on my own. You know, it's tough to do all the adjustment stuff, whatever, but, you know, we're trying our best to make it work. Okay, so if I do this, I gotta make sure I do this right. Okay. Okay, I know how to do this after, because I need to do the explosion at the end. Okay, anyways, this is the plug for the store. Mall Base, listen, happy fall 15% discount on Beyblade Burst products. We have Beyblade X there too, but Beyblade X is not on a discount, just the Burst stuff. If you would like to check out our store, it's an optional way to support the channel, keeps us going. I appreciate any support regardless. And as well, just to mention, I still don't know any update on that random booster stuff. I am suspecting there might be issues with the batches, but I'm hoping that is not the case, because I don't want to deal with that. And yeah, the random booster is coming up like following weekend, so after that, like Tuesday, Wednesday-ish, we're going to try to do our best. Just depends when it comes, obviously, but rest assured we will be on it. Anyways, how do I go back to me now? Okay, wait, we gotta go. We gotta go here. So I will take any questions on the chat before we almost wrap up completely. But otherwise, I think we're pretty much. Doing it all right. All right. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this one. I think we covered everything. I will probably trim the start, because the start on the thing, I don't know why that one wasn't on either. I will make sure to trim it, but yeah, for future content, you're probably going to see a little bit more of the short form stuff until we get Beyblade X stuff, but you will definitely still see that long form stuff. Like, I'm still trying to do, like this tier list video. That's a really long video that takes time to do. Like, the longer stuff you're still going to see, and keep in mind, even though the videos are shorter, it's not like there's no substance. Like, the discussions there or just more informed and condensed. So don't think I'm just trying to do some easy way out or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Yeah, no, video is live. All right, well, take care.